So this video is for you, Mr. Steve Campbell. I told you I'm a man of my word, and I told you I would post this video. In regards to me being thrown out of the public library in St. Clair, Missouri, for any of you that have seen the video, I have just spoken again with a man named Steve Campbell. He's the director of the public libraries in Franklin County. He told me that the reason that I was asked to leave was not because the hat was a picture of Donald Trump, but because Donald Trump had the middle finger up. And he said that the middle finger was not accepted, or that it could be offensive. And the only reason I was allowed back in the library, he told me after speaking to the attorney for Franklin County, Missouri, was that even though the middle finger was on the Donald Trump hat, the hat itself could be looked at as offensive, but nobody complained in the library at that actual time. That's why I was allowed back in the library with the Donald Trump hat holding up the middle finger. But the way I understood it was, if somebody had complained about the middle finger that was printed on my Donald Trump hat, then I would have been asked to leave again, but not until then. So I'll say this. Now, this is my opinion. Obviously, we all have freedom of speech. We are all entitled to our own opinion. There's no right or wrong in this, Mr. Campbell. But I'm going to give you my opinion, like I gave you on the phone. We are living in a world of a bunch of fucking pussies. If we have to call the police at a public library and say, there's a man in the library with a hat that's depicting the middle finger, I feel threatened. Oh my God, how dare a man wear a hat into a public library holding up the middle finger? No matter who it is, to a certain extent, you may have a valid point, Mr. Campbell, that this is offensive to some people. Do you know that if I took my children into the public library and they saw a hat, no matter if it's Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, J.D. Vance, Donald Trump, I don't care who it was, holding up the middle finger, and my children saw that, I could give two shits. My kids are going to go home and sleep just fine at night. And this is also directed at Mr. City Administrator for St. Clair, who says, oh my God, kids can be offended that they saw Donald Trump holding up the middle finger and that it could be offensive. Let me tell you something. If we are that offended in today's society with what's going on across our country, of somebody holding up the middle finger on it printed on somebody's hat, that we have to call the police and have them escorted off of a public library that my taxpayer money funds, we are living in a world of pussified idiots. And I would imagine most of them are Democrats anyways. Now that's my opinion. But I guess where I'm alluding to with this conversation, Mr. Campbell and Mr. City Director, I can guarantee you that if I sat in your public library in St. Clair for the entire day, from the time it opened till the time it closed, I can promise you that not one person, a 2-year-old, a 6-year-old, or an adult, is going to walk up to that librarian and say, there's a man sitting over there and I feel threatened, or I feel offended that he's got a picture of somebody holding up the middle finger on his hat. It could happen. Absolutely, it could happen. What are the chances of that happening? From sun up till sundown when the library closes, that your bullshit policy of somebody holding up the middle finger printed on somebody's hat may offend somebody in the library. We've got to kowtow, tippy-toe to all the pussies that want to come into a library and be offended by this. We got Democrats burning down Teslas. I told you this conversation on the phone, Mr. Campbell. We've got people burning down Teslas, keying their cars. We've got people trying to assassinate the current president on 2 different occasions. The list goes on and on. We've got people trying to put tampon machines in men's restrooms in public libraries, public schools. Are you okay with that, Mr. Campbell? Are you okay that I may be offended if I come into your public library and use your men's restroom and see tampon machines in there? What if that offends me? Do I have a right to call you or the police and say, this is bullshit, take out tampon machines out of your public libraries? It goes both ways. So, Mr. Campbell, if this offends you or your patrons that attend your public libraries, I suggest they grow a set of balls. And Mr. City Administrator for St. Clair, oh my God, this offends children? Look, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. Mr. Campbell, Mr. City Administrator for St. Clair, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Oh, the world's coming to an end as we know it. I don't even know if we're gonna wake up in the morning. What are we gonna do? People are offended by this. Oh my God. Oh my God. I go into a public restaurant or in a public establishment, a private establishment, I hear people that say the word fuck or the word shit or goddamn. I hear these words all the time while I'm in public. I would imagine if I sat in your public library long enough, I would hear somebody say the F word. If I hear somebody in your public library in Franklin County, Missouri say the F word, should I jump up and run over to the librarian and say, call the police? They said the F word. Woo! But no, we got to kowtow because we're a bunch of vaginas now to the fucking bullshit policies that you want to set forth in your public libraries, that this is going to offend children. God damn. I got bigger fish to fry than to worry about my kids seeing this printed on anybody's hat in a public library. My kids, I bet if I had a 6 or 7-year-old and they saw this on somebody's hat, I bet there's a 9 out of 10% chance a 5 or a 6-year-old wouldn't know what this gesture even means. Now, you may disagree with me, and I get rules are rules, and they're there for a reason. So that the people who are ultra offended by this on somebody's hat has the right to go tell the librarian and have me escorted out of your public library that my public money, my public taxes pay for, that I pay for every year. If you want to ban me from your library, don't expect me when I get my taxes in the mail and you want to increase my taxes for the library's payroll or more books. I'm not going to pay it. I'll pay my taxes minus whatever it is for your library costs. It's absurd. So I'm coming back into your library, and I'll wear that hat every single time. Every time. I want to make sure I'm clear. And when I come into the St. Clair City Hall, Mr. City Administrator for St. Clair, Missouri, I'm going to wear that hat. And if it offends you, Mr. City Administrator, which you said it doesn't, but it may offend others, I can walk from your front window at the City Administrator's building all the way to the other end of the City Hall building, and the police department's right there. So anytime you or any of your people that are offended by this printed on my hat don't like it or offended, when I come in to pay my sewer and water and trash bill, walk right over to the police department. Tell them to come over and arrest me while I'm paying my sewer and water and trash bill. Rules are rules. I get it. Like I said, Mr. Campbell, I told you I would post this video. So, in ending this conversation, I want everybody that may watch this. Mr. Campbell, like I said earlier in this conversation, said I was not thrown out because of the hat itself with Donald Trump printed on there. It was because he was holding the middle finger. But what I find odd in this was that nobody told me at any point in time until today, the second time I talked to Mr. Campbell, that this is why I was told to leave the library. The only thing I was ever told was that it was offensive. Now I'm finding out that it wasn't Donald Trump that offended people. It was this middle finger that was being represented on my hat by Donald Trump. So, you should have told me, the librarians, the police, the city administrator, somebody should have told me earlier that I wasn't thrown out because of Donald Trump. Well, here, I've got the hat. Hold on. Here's the hat. There's the hat. That's Donald Trump holding the middle finger. Nobody told me I was thrown out because of the middle finger. I was told that it was offensive. And in today's society, people get their little feelings hurt because there's a picture of a man named Donald Trump printed on my hat. So, we're all entitled to our own opinion, Mr. Campbell. Feel free to respond in the comments, and feel free, Mr. City Administrator for St. Clair, I hope you feel free to comment too, but I know either one of you won't. And the reason why Mr. Campbell and the City Administrator or any other public official for the Franklin County, Missouri libraries, or the City Hall Administrator or any of the employees at St. Clair will comment on this, is because I threatened to sue, and they're saying to me that they won't talk about it now because they're worried about a lawsuit. So I can promise you, I know unequivocally that Steve Campbell and the City Administrator will not comment on this video. Y'all take care now.